All right, glad you found it. It took me a second to find it. I guess it did post also.
Glad you found it. It took me a second to find it. I guess it did post also.
Good deal. I need to shut off the volume on my iPad.
Good deal. I need to shut off the volume on my iPad.
Okay, hopefully that fixed the problem. All right, well, give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. Thanks, Susan. Well, it's not the way I planned it to be or how our card class usually is, but it's fun to have Rosie with us and Jennifer because they live too far away to come to a card class at my house. So that's fun to have them with us. You are all pioneers. Well, I mean, you might have done an online card class before, but this is definitely a first for me. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Stacy, for promoting and sharing and telling everyone about it. Sold out of the 9 kits that I had, so I hand delivered 5 in Volusia County, and then I mailed the others. It's still before 7, well, by my clock, so I'm gonna wait and give others a chance to log in. Did you all find it in the event, or it just wasn't coming up on the event on my iPad? But then I went to Daytona area scrapbooking and I could see that it was live, just for future, so I can tell everyone how to find it best. It's so weird to not be able to hear you. Okay, great. Thanks, Jennifer. Oh, and Debbie's now on. Great to have you, Rosie. No, I can't. Well, I can read what you're commenting, but yeah, if you're talking to your phone, I can't hear you. You can only hear me. Hi, Tracy. I saw your setup. That was so cute out on the porch. I just signaled to Brendan to grab me a hair tie. Well, it's probably in our room. Well, I'm gonna give it another minute and make sure if people aren't having trouble finding it that they can find it. We're still missing a couple people. However, I did mention to everyone when they got the kit that they could watch the recorded version at their leisure, and for some people that might be helpful actually to be able to stop and pause. Oh, and Lucille's here. Hey, Lucille. Hi, Trey. All right, so a check of visuals. Everyone can see my workspace okay? Because I will go ahead and get started. We're gonna start with the memories card. And so what you're gonna need to grab first, we'll start with the base first. So you're gonna need to look for the base that has the yellow ink around the outside of it. And then on the inside, it says cherish yesterday, thinking of you. So I designed this thinking it would be a sympathy card. So make sure, obviously, before you start building on the front that you have it oriented right. Obviously the inking's already done with you. You'll also need one of these pieces. It's got stripes on the back, or lines, yellow lines on one side, and it has the watercolor splotches on this side. So you're gonna need that. You're also gonna need to grab this sheet, which is sort of a teal color with a little bit of mustard. I left that on. We're gonna actually tear that off. We're gonna just collect all the pieces first. Out of this little bag of all your little goodies, you are going to need the 2 stamped flowers. You're gonna go ahead and grab this little bag of adhesives and whatnots. You'll need to grab one of these cute little brushes. Might be easier to just dump all this out if you have the space. So we're gonna need 2 of those. You're gonna need 2 of these, and your orange jewels. And you're gonna need to grab your dimensionals while you're in this little package. And then of course you hopefully have your adhesive close by, your favorite adhesive. I love the Creative Memories tape runner, so I'll be using that for almost everything. And hopefully you have some scissors nearby, and you will need a little bit of water. Oh, and you will need, on the back of this package, you can go ahead, so this will be exciting. We'll save this for the next card. So this is Stickles in press and seal. So goodness, normally at my in-person card classes, of course, we have the bottle of Stickles there, and that's great. But I was thinking, how on earth am I going to get the Stickles to everyone? So this will be a little surprise. Hopefully this works. That's what the other two little brushes in your kit are for. So this is everything we'll need for this card. This is watercolor pencil, and what I've done is just scribbled a bunch on some watercolor paper for you, and so that way we can paint the inside of the flowers. That's what I did to paint on these flowers. So we're gonna go ahead and start with that first. You can move your flowers off your cards. Does everyone have all the pieces ready? Somebody give me a thumbs up or a heart or something, or maybe you don't have a free hand to do that. Or maybe I should say, if someone doesn't have all their pieces ready, maybe say wait or stop. Okay. Awesome. All right, so to watercolor on these, obviously we're going to be covering over the center, so we don't really need to worry about that. You're going to dip your little brush into the water and pick up, you'll see how you're going to pick up the watercolor onto your little brush, and then just kind of brush it on to the flowers. And you can add more water and dip back in as you need to. Obviously y'all are the... Oh, well Debbie, you won't really need it except for the dragonflies on the one card, and you really can do it with the tape runner. I think that's the last card we're doing. So you could even, you know, if it's too much trouble, you could wait and add them with liquid adhesive later. Everyone's hands are occupied, so I really wish I could hear you. Maybe Zoom is the way to go in the future. My book club next week, we're going to be doing via Zoom. Everyone just have their own dinner. Normally we have like a potluck, and it's a whole new world. But I think we're adapting quite nicely to the new normal that seems to change every day. So I'm using the same supplies you are, and right about now I'm kind of wishing I had given you more pencil. But I can still get some. Me on Google. Oh, thanks, Tracy. I might have to talk to you, Rosie, about that via the phone, because I've never done it on Google. But with everyone's hands being busy, I definitely feel like it would be good if I could hear you. How's everyone doing on their watercolors? I actually think it's good because you really can't, with these tiny little brushes, you really can't get them too wet. It's like, it's impossible really to get the paper, you know, super sloppy wet. Oh, good. Okay. Aw, I know. I wish I could hear your voice. Okay, so I think mine are done. Let me just move them off into the light a little bit. I don't want to go too fast. So when you're done with your watercolor, just give me some thumbs up or let me know. All right, Susan's done. If you are done, you can go ahead and add one each of the dimensionals to the back. So you can leave the cover on it so that it's not sticky yet, but you can load the big dimensionals. We're using the 1/2 inch ones. Oh, sorry, you have to go back in your little bag. I forgot to have you grab the glue dots. There are 2 glue dots, and my regulars are like, glue dots? She never calls them that. Yeah, I tend to refer to them as boogers here at the house. But we're all professional. Now I'm trying to be all professional. Okay, Microsoft Teams. All right, lots of options. All right, let me know how that goes, Debbie. All right, so you're gonna add your glue dot to the back of these little paper flowers and stick them right in. I like to use glue dots for something like this because it's kind of uneven and it's papery. So even for the liquid glue, it's kind of hard, but the glue dots work just great. All right, now our flowers should be pretty much ready to go. And so the next thing we're gonna do is tear, you're gonna tear off the mustard colored part. And we wanna, I like to leave a little white edge on the tear. So the way I would do that is to have the mustard colored part of the paper to the right and then lift that up. That's what will give you, as you're tearing up and away, that's going to give you the white edge. And so you can tear off, really we're just tearing off a little bit just to tear off that little bit of orange there, or mustard. And you can, make it as bumpy and as teary, is that a word? As torn. This looks a little too uniform for me, so I'm going to come back in and tear off a little bit more. And once that is done, oh my goodness, I forgot to have you grab the most important part, and you guys probably already caught this. I didn't have you grab the Memories die out of your little pack here. We're definitely gonna need that. And yes, that it would be handy to have the adhesive pen on that. But again, you can definitely use just your regular tape runner for that. So really at this point, all we have left to do is to attach everything. So you can go ahead and do that. So I always like to check one more time, make sure I'm attaching it to the right side. You might want to decide how you want this base paper to go. If you like one side better than the other, I think I'm going to go with that way. And everyone's might be a little bit different. Oh, call them snot dots. That's great. I think I'm gonna add the memories first, and just to, you know, feel Debbie's pain, I'm gonna go ahead and use this adhesive. If you all have some sort of liquid glue or precision point adhesive, you might want to do that. But you can do it with this. You just have to get like one little section up there on the tip. The applicator. Might have gotten 2 on that one. Add that. And then you can go ahead and peel the adhesive off of your flowers. Stick those on. And then you can add the gems are preloaded with sticky, so just you don't have to add any adhesive or anything onto them. Just, I guess, take care when you're peeling them off that you actually get the sticky. I'm gonna sprinkle them around. Usually I use an odd number. I gave everyone 6, so because that's what I had in my original design, but if you're a person that usually uses odd numbers, feel free. You are the boss of your own art. This is the precision point adhesive that I'm referring to. Yes, I do sell that. Of course, I do have some, I believe, in inventory right now, but if you follow Daytona area scrapbooking, and if you're a fan of Creative Memories, and you saw that yes, the facility is shut down, so they're not shipping. You can't process any orders right now. That is a bigger panic causer for crafters than the toilet paper. All right, so that one's done. Let me curl up these little. You need a precision point adhesive, Debbie? I'm surprised you don't have one, but absolutely, I can get you one. All right, so we can move on to the next one if everyone is ready. The next one, just because we need some time for, oh, Susan, you need one too? Okay. Are y'all still struggling with using the tape runner on memories? It's not dots. I know, that's great. So for this one, this is our grand experiment that we're doing together, and I am not working out of, just so I can experience what you all are experiencing. I am working out of this as well. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Susan. For this card, we'll just pull out all of the pieces. All right, you're gonna need your orange Stickles, which could be a fail. I'm just preparing us for that. We're gonna need a plain, no, not a plain white base. We're gonna need the base. There's nothing around the edges of any of the other ones, but we're looking for the one that says thankful for you on the inside. So look in your kit for that base. It will be one of the folded ones. Some aren't folded, but it'll be a folded one. Okay. So we need that. We need the same paper that we used in the last one, the watercolory, speckly one. We need the orange mustard colored flowers, which look like they've been lopped off because they have. It's just a small piece of this color. This is what the original paper was. So I just had to stamp onto this little edge, but you can see it works. They're going off the page. We need to fish out the best. And we need this little white piece of paper with the inside. What does it say on the inside? It says, thankful for you. So you're the best. And then it says thankful for you. So it's a little thank you card. Need my bone folder. All right, we've got all of that, and then there should be a piece of paper. It actually is the end part of this piece in your little bag. It's probably easier to just jump the whole thing out. That has your on it. Looks like this. So the first thing we're gonna do, you're gonna need another little paintbrush, if everyone's with me. Let's go ahead and stick this one, let's go ahead and stick this down first. Let's get that out of the way. All right. And then we can open up our Stickles package. I've lost mine. Oh, here it is. Mine still feels a little wet through the package. Let's see. Goodness, can we even open the press and seal? Okay. It looks a little wet. All right, so what we're gonna do is press and seal, sticky, is just kind of add this to the middle. It looks like it's gonna work. I wouldn't glop it on too heavily. I did give you more of this than the other one, just because we needed to do the inside of the flowers. You can definitely go back over if you find you have extra Stickles. I think it's working well. I hope that is true of the ones that were mailed and maybe exposed to some extra heat than the ones I hand delivered. But again, I don't want you to stop what you're doing to take time to comment. when you finish, are working, yours are working. You do want to save some for some dots around the card if you want to tie that in. And these are flat on the card. These aren't lifted with dimensionals. But we'll let them dry for a little bit while we put the rest together. Stickles take a hot minute to dry, so I don't think it's gonna dry up on our press and seal. Oh, you're still struggling to open it? Okay. I'll pause. After I mailed these out, I was thinking, what else could I use? I was thinking maybe I could use, everyone in my house takes some Zyrtec D. It's a little bubble. Maybe I can squirt it inside a little Zyrtec D bubble. Okay, Lucille's having trouble too. Okay, so Jennifer cut into it and she's squeezing it out. So maybe Susan, try that. Okay, you could double. Yeah, everyone that takes some sort of allergy medicine that's in a bubble thing, maybe we can use those. All right, you're resourceful women. Yeah, you might want to try cutting, although you could have Stickles on your scissors. Oh, goodness. I have 3 Bichons. I have a feeling that Brendan must have put them away because we might have some Bichons in the video here. But if you didn't. Well, once you got into it, I hope that means it's still wet and you're able to do what you need to do with it. You're not on VPN? Okay.
Is it brown?
Well, this screen is just black. All right, good. So everyone's getting into it. I will definitely work on a different way to transport Stickles, or just use some pretty gems and jewels instead of Stickles. If you're done and if you were managed to get in, you can go ahead and attach these together, and then you can just use your stickers to snip out the "your." The way I stamped it, you should just have to do like 2 cuts. to cut that out. And from your little pouch of goodies, your little tiny pouch, whoops, throwing things around, you're gonna grab 2 of the small dimensionals. And you're gonna use the dimensionals to attach the your. Kind of coming into the bottom of my viewing space here. Is everyone okay? Just working hard? So we're gonna adhere the best. I did it to the edge of the card. So this is one of those situations that you're the boss of your art. So if you like lining it up with the paper instead, then that's fine too. It's kind of above the halfway mark for me. It's not really halfway, it's a little above that. You might want to lay out your flowers first and see how you want them before you stick down. And this isn't gonna necessarily look like my sample. Just kind of moving them around based on where my petals are kind of cut off. Oh, I'm so glad that you're so happy, Stacy. Thank you for encouraging me to step out and try this. Once you have the flowers kind of placed where you want them, you can go ahead and add your adhesive. We were using such a thin layer of Stickles that it should really be dry right now. I feel like I keep getting lower and lower in my view. I apologize. So my sample looks like it was on the best was up more toward the top. This one I feel like is headed more toward the bottom. I guess it really just depends on your placement of flowers. These dimensionals are a little on the thick side. They mean business, that's for sure. Okay, so hopefully y'all are sort of up to the point where you're putting them together. And then whatever you have left over with the Stickles, if you just want to add some dots of them, you don't have to. I keep getting stuck on my press and seal. It is sticky stuff. And if you've got extra and you want to add some more to the middles of your flowers, bling those up a little more. Definitely use all the stickles that I sent you. Hopefully I sent everyone a sufficient amount. Not my best stickler job. The little applicator definitely is easier to work with than these, but I think we did it. Hopefully we did it. Did we do it? Which haven't you used before, the stickles or the these little makeup applicators? These are little eyeliner makeup applicators. I was trying to look for something, you know, I didn't want to assume that people had. Oh, good. Okay. Well, I should have a bottle to show you of the stickles, but it's basically just glitter glue, and I have them in bazillions of colors, and they're fun. Not the easiest things to mail, but they are fun. And then this, thank goodness, I was able to get still on Amazon when I decided to do this online. Because again, I just didn't want to assume that everyone has paintbrushes lying around, although I'm pretty sure you do. All right, so we're done with that one. We can be careful with that one. It may be a little wet still, so don't let the cat jump in it. And we can move to the next one, which is this hello. Hello, friend. That's the one we're gonna do next. So this one is blank inside. Could be for birthday, could be for sympathy, could be just a hello. So for that one, we're gonna need to dip into our little baggie, and we need the 3 white flowers, which I've preloaded with some Sukwang adhesive, so that should be fun for everyone to pick that off, but we'll save that. And then you need the pink flower. Should have a rectangle for your hello. The other Stickles pack, that one is just for the dot, the pink sparkles around the edges. And then of course we need this piece for the back, which it has yellow stripes on the back, and then just a blank card base that you can fold. So this is good. Oh, and we need a one of the large dimensionals. We're going to use one of the large dimensionals, one of these. For the back of the pink flower. All right, so no one's yelling at me to stop, so I'm going to go ahead and carry on. So you can go ahead and start by adding some adhesive to this paper. Oh, I forgot to have you grab friend. Oh, right, yes, this says friends. So this pack Creative Memories has these Happy Album kits. So this is Happy Album kit number 22. So we've used all of these. So I do this a lot as inspiration. I'll find one of these Happy Album kits and then I kind of back into the cards. So this one says Friends, right? It's originally designed to be in a scrapbook. So you're just going to cut off the S. Unless you're sending it to maybe a couple or maybe someone that lives with someone else. Maybe you're sending it to 2 people and maybe you want to leave the S on to maybe send it to friends and not a friend. So we can clip off the S on there. And then we're gonna add the hello to the white cardstock piece. And again, just out of solidarity, I'm gonna use the tape. No, this is fine for the tape. If it goes over, you can just fold it. It'd help if I could center it. All right, and then that's gonna go right in the middle. You can go ahead and stick that down. And then we'll add our dimensional. And then the little tiny flower is gonna go on here. And like I said, this does have adhesive on the back, but you just have to peel off the backing and then you can stick it on. You can add these on now based on my position in the sample, or if you want to go ahead and add friend first and kind of, figure out the best place for it. Now this is going to be fun. What we're going to do is we're going to use these last 2 little dimensionals. And what I did was I cut them in half so that we can pop up friend, but that these would be thin enough. Okay, so once you have positioned those on, you can find the perfect place for friend, and then you can add your flowers. And then once we're done with that, we can use our last little applicator that you have in your little bag and either peel open the press and seal or cut open, whatever you deemed easiest. I'm going to attempt to open it. Possibly. think I'm cutting it. I was able to open the other one. I don't know, those of you that squirted it out, I was able to open my last one, but I think I'll just squirt it onto here. All right, but I've got my Stickles. You can add them to wherever you want on the card. Because a little bling makes any card better, right? Right, Stacy? Oh, that's good. You got that one open. All right. Getting every little last drop of this Stickles on. I will end up with glitter everywhere, but that's okay. Yep, bling baby bling, that's right. All right, we are 3 cards down. You can, that one's the last one that has Stickles, so we can leave that off to the side to dry as well. And our next card is You Make Life Sweet, and there's nothing on the inside, so we're gonna get the blank. The last, there's 2 more bases. One says happy birthday. What we want is the blank one. So you're gonna have the blank base, the yellow cardstock or buttercream cardstock, the white, the lined paper that has the You Make and Sweet on there, the 1.5 flowers. This is one of the new Creative Memories Border Maker cartridges. It's called, it's part of the In the Pines collection. So this is like an evergreen branch. Obviously it's too long, so we are going to use the scissors to trim that down. And this is where, depending on what you like for your aesthetic, mine is kind of centered in between the edge of the card and the yellow, so you can line it up with the yellow or line it up with the edge of the card. That's crafter's choice, however, which I never have to give you permission to do that. You can always just do what looks good to you. And we're looking for the pink pearl, which if your table situation looked like mine, although my pile of supplies is getting less, it was hard for me to locate it. We also need the life, and we need the white circle. The In the Pines, I have to check to see if I have one in stock, but I do love it. It's really fun to use on lots of different applications. All right, so if everybody has all of those pieces together, you can start assembling. This doesn't have anything really tricky in it. There's no dimensionals, there's no stickles. It's really just a matter of assembling it. So you can oh, what was on the back of there? Oh, that was one of the other ones. Oh dear. So there was 3 of those. I'm so sorry, Jennifer, that I didn't have you check the back of that. Did that happen to anyone else? So tricky with that 2-sided paper. There you go. We're so adaptable these days. And then after you attach the yellow, attach the lined. What I did with this border is I covered the line here, the margin line on the rule paper. So as a guide of where to put it. So I'm not really sure what happened, but my entire Facebook uninstalled, the whole app, just uninstalled. Hopefully well, that's super exciting. I can't text from here because, so what happened was, I don't even know. My phone just uninstalled Facebook, and so it had to reinstall Facebook. So that's good times. Hopefully everyone can find, oh thank goodness, Jennifer, you found this. I don't know if anyone can message. I can't really do anything when I'm going live. I can't message anyone, and I jumped back on so quick. I should have messaged everyone first. So if you can share, spread. I guess it's time for a new phone, because I had much more space on my phone and I gave that phone to my son, and I've just had problems ever since. I'm so sorry. I just want to wait for everyone to find us again. Hopefully they'll make their way back. Deep breaths. Technology, so fun. All right, so for the next one, I think I'll use a different device to do Facebook Live, so that I have my phone so that I can text everyone. This card class will be in 2 parts, 3 cards on one and 2 cards on the other, though I'm sure at this point you could figure out the assembly on your own. We still only have Jennifer and Stacy on here. Hopefully Tracy is still with Stacy. Okay, good. So we really have 3 of you. So I guess Lucille, we are missing, and Rosie, we are missing. Okay, good. Tracy's on. Okay, that'd be great, Jennifer. Oh, good. Rosie's back. So I think we're just missing Lucille. Oh, and Debbie. Well, Debbie, Facebook is her second home. I feel like she should have found her way back on. Oh, she's here. All right. So just Lucille, I guess, that hasn't found her way back. And Susan. We lost Susan. Maybe Stacy. Oh, okay. Yeah, Susan. Maybe someone can text Susan. Oh, I'm so frustrated that I can't text anyone. If I text everyone, I lose the Facebook Live feed. Sorry about that. I told you all you were pioneers when we started the last one. So, in the event that my phone decides to uninstall Facebook randomly in the middle, and then I have to wait for it to reinstall, just look for another live feed. Oh, good. Always thinking positive. I only showing four people. Oh, okay, so you have 1.5 flowers. So we're gonna attach the life to the circle. And then you can play with the flowers after you attach. Can you move your hand? What? LOL, Stacy, I have no idea what you mean. Am I moving my hands around too much? Because I can't find things? Or are you testing your connection? So we're gonna lay the evergreen over the line. And then I'm just gonna snip off the ends of that. And then you can add the life. And then this little half flower kind of tucks under the life. Oh, good, Susan, you found us. So we're just continuing. You missed my Facebook just uninstalled on my phone, so that's good times. So Brendan's laying here on the couch, and I told him, I guess I need a new phone. Clearly, I guess I got low on storage, and it just decided to uninstall Facebook. So glad you found us. So I don't really want to cover the heart all the way, but depending on how close your sweet is to the bottom. I'm going to lift up these petals a little bit. And then we'll add this is the pink pearl. We'll add the pink pearl here to the middle. Give you guys a second to finish with that one. And no rush, I disappeared on y'all for a few minutes, so just give me a shout when you've got that one pieced together. All right. Looks like you guys are finishing up. Oh, me too, Rosie, me too. I hate that I can't even hear you. I'm just talking to myself. I feel like a crazy person here. But I love that you guys can comment and I can get some sort of feedback. All right, well, we are in the final stretch now. We just have one more card to go. And that is this one. Hope your day is fun. Happy birthday. So that's going to be the happy birthday on the inside. You're going to need the green cardstock, the two-tone blue with a little bit of teal on the bottom, and hopefully, because I didn't differentiate between these two, hopefully I didn't point that out to you on the last one, so hopefully you still have this one available. So you'll need that. you'll need, there's 5 little blingy blings. They're so tiny. They're the ones that kind of are connected that you're gonna have to cut apart with your scissors, because like the adhesive is all one strip. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. So if you go to try to pick one off like with your finger, you might pull it off from the adhesive. So what you want to do is like pull all 5 off at once, not yet, but after we stick everything else down. We're going to pull them all off in one long string, and then you'll clip them apart. Hopefully that makes sense, but we'll save that for the end. You've got your green flower. We're going to need a dimensional to stick that on. You should have your fun. You should have your hope your day is, which is just cut off on the end, and we're gonna tear that. Oh, good, Jennifer. I'm glad you're good. And we got our pearl and our 3 dragonflies. And you've got your white card base that says happy birthday in green on the inside. So you can start assembling with this, and we'll start with the green. And then for this, we're gonna hold it the same way we did the other one. You're gonna hold the teal edge, just a little whisper of teal there on the edge. You're gonna hold that to the right, and you're gonna pull up towards you so that you get that white edge on your tear. And then go ahead and put it down. I'm gonna need to tear more if I want it to be the same edge around. So you can kind of tear and go back and tear more depending on how much of the green and how that's better. Add that to the page. We'll add this, and what you're going to do is just tear, or you can cut depending on the look you want. I'm going to go ahead and tear again, tear that edge. And what I did was I kind of centered it right along the separation of color there. And then you're going to add the flower with the dimensional. Whoops. I'm going to go ahead and add that first so that you kind of know the placement for the fun, I would suggest. And then the pearl already has the sticky on it, like on the last one. And I'm going to kind of turn up these leaves a little bit. Then you can add your fun. And you can do that again if you've got your liquid adhesive or with your tape runner. Debbie, when the other live feed just ended abruptly, did you give a little piddly pop? I imagined a piddly pop going up across town when that happened. I didn't say piddly pop. I said something much worse than Piddly Pop. Alright, so after you get your fun on there, then you can add your dragonflies. Add those on. Okay, and then when you're done with everything else, we've got these 5 little blings. So what you want to do is peel off the whole strand. They should be connected. Some of them are a little more curled than this. They were like a design that you would just lay down, and I've cut them apart. So they're all connected like this, and you're just going to kind of snip them apart from each other so that you keep the adhesive on. If you try to pull them apart or peel them, then you're going to lose the adhesive. And they're so teeny tiny that you definitely want to cut them apart so that you have the adhesive. And Stacy, I hope you're just not piddly popping for your own reason. Hope you were just on my piddly pop bandwagon. These little things are so tiny. All right. So that is it, my friends. Got our, let's get our 5 cards out here. Oh, okay, good. All right. So our five finished cards. All right. Well, that is it. If you want to post pictures of your cards, I love to see them. If you want to post them in the comments when the live feed ends, that would be great. And any feedback you want to give me, it'd probably be best if it wasn't in 2 different live feeds. I definitely feel your pain there. And hope you enjoy the cards. The ones for next month have a nautical theme. They're super cute. If you saw, I already posted the event, the April event. Jennifer already bought those. So that's great. She's already on board for next month. And if you can't make the date, no worries, because you can go back and watch the live. Oh, thanks so much. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it, Jennifer. You can definitely go back and watch the live feeds, maybe 2 live feeds. Maybe they'll be split up. Hopefully not. Hopefully it'll be 1 live feed, and hopefully you all had a great time tonight. Oh, I'm so glad. I hate that we can't see each other, but maybe we can find a different way. Aw, thanks, Susan. Find a different way to do it where we can see each other's faces, or you don't need to see my face. You need to see my workspace, but it'd be great if I could see your faces and you could see each other's faces. So I will work on that before the next one for sure. But thank you all for being here. Thanks for being flexible and for your support of my business. Oh, I'm so glad you like them. They are fun. I really enjoyed the flowers. I will add a list of things that we use, like the Stickles and what color Stickles, and these are Stampin' Up stamps and a Stampin' Up punch. So I definitely use a hodgepodge of things, but I will use list the different things that we use. So anyway, thank you all for being on and for spending a good part of your Thursday night, and I will talk to you all soon. Thanks so much. Bye.